Good day everyone, I am Ano Dominic L and I am here to present our individual and group collage. Our collage is entitled Let's Rise Up for Climate Justice with the theme Standing Up Against Climate Change and Energy Crisis. The energy sector is the largest emitter of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change. In turn, changes in climate can disrupt energy networks themselves, stress infrastructure, and pose safety risks to people. Climate change directly affects fuel supply, energy production, as well as the physical resilience of current and future energy infrastructure. Changing our main energy sources to clean and renewable energy is the best way to stop using fossil fuels and solve the problem. Climate change and the global energy crisis threaten the lives and livelihoods of billions of people worldwide and hit the poorest hardest. Solution to this crisis must be equitable and follow a climate fair shares approach. Good day people of CCSA. This is Dominic Ano, your host, and welcome to Amazing Earth. Welcome back to Amazing Earth. On this episode 2 of Amazing Earth, we have invited again students from Christian colleges of Southeast Asia to help us learn more about climate change and energy crisis. But before that, let's watch this short play.
I always hear climate change these days, but I don't have any idea about it.
Hi Anime, it's me again, Sir Dom. Climate change? Climate change is a change of distribution of weather patterns a long time after being observed by the scientists all over the world. Climate change is due to the enhancement of the Earth's natural greenhouse effect, which is caused by emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that trap heat in the atmosphere.
Oh really? So what causes climate change? The human activities?
Yes, you're right, Anime. The human activities such as open burning, emission of fossil fuel, emission of gas from vehicles, and chlorofluorocarbon or CFC gas.
Thank you so much again, Sir Dom. You're so brilliant.
Wow, that was an eye-opener role play for each one of us. I hope that everyone got a learning from that. Now let's learn more about the causes and effects of climate change. Let's give the screen and floor to our first guest, Miss Anne Marjorie Allenton.
The causes of climate change are rapid industrialization, energy use, agricultural practices, deforestation, consumer practices, livestock, transport, resources extraction, and pollution. On the other hand, the effects of climate change are rising temperature, rising sea levels, unpredictable weather patterns, increase in extreme weather events, land degradation, and loss of wildlife and biodiversity.
Thank you, Miss Allenton. Now let's proceed to the social impacts of climate change and problem formulation. Mr. John Gaspar Tasik will give us more information.
The social impacts of climate change are displacements people, poverty, loss of livelihood, hunger, malnutrition, increased risk of diseases and global food and water shortage. On the other hand, the problem formulations are carbon capture and storage, change the use of fossil fuels by transportation into plug-in hybrid, adopting less carbon-intensive fuels and renewable energy, and enhancing carbon sinks.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Tasik. Now let's proceed to our third guest, Miss Alva Noel Abanto. What do you bring?
You might ask what is the best source of scientific information on climate change. Well, the best source of scientific information on climate change is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, which was established in 1988 by the United Nations Environment Programme and the World Meteorological Organization. It assesses scientific, technical, and socio-economic information relevant to understanding the risks of human-induced climate change, potential impacts, and options for adaptation and mitigation.
Global warming is due to strengthened greenhouse effect. The Earth's natural temperature control system. Certain atmospheric gases are critical to this system and are known as greenhouse gases. On average, about one-third of the solar radiation that heats the Earth's surface becomes warm and as a result emits infrared radiation. The greenhouse gases trap the infrared radiation, thus warming the atmosphere. Naturally, occurring greenhouse gases create a natural greenhouse effect. However, human activities are causing greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere to increase.
We might ask, what does carbon dioxide mean to global warming? Our fifth guest, Miss Aname Alao, has the answer.
Carbon dioxide is the most important anthropogenic greenhouse gas. The primary source of the increased atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide result from fossil fuel in power and heat production as well as transport. The change of land use provides another significant but smaller contribution. The atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide exceeds by far the natural range over the last 650,000 years.
Thank you, Miss Aname Alao, for that information. But I have another question. So, what are the causes of energy crisis?
That is a great question, Mr. Ando. The causes of energy crisis are overpopulation, poor infrastructures, energy waste, power plant commissioning delays, unused renewable options, poor distribution, major accident, natural calamities, war and attacks, politics, border obstruction, lack of storage, and overconsumption.
As a global citizen, there are things that each one of us can do to conserve energy. Replace your old freezer with an energy-efficient version. Only boil as much water as you need. Boiling a full kettle for just 1 cup of tea will generate up to 8 times more carbon dioxide emissions. Switch all of the appliances when not in use. Government can increase energy efficiency standards, encouraging the use of renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power, eliminating subsidies that encourage the use of coal and oil, protecting and restoring forests that serve as important storehouse of carbon. International action are providing precise and regularly updated inventories of greenhouse gas emissions, taking climate change into account in matters such as agriculture, industry, energy, natural resources, and coastal activities. Developing national programs to slow climate change is also a way. Thank you so much to all of our guests on today's episode. I hope everyone got learnings from what they have discussed. This has been your host, Mr. Dominic Ando, leaving a quote from R. Buckminster Fuller. There is no energy crisis, only a crisis of ignorance. Have a great day ahead.